Hello viewers, this Blackvue Fast here. Now in the previous video, I did a full review and install of the Blackvue PowerMagic Pro Hardwire Kit. Now with the Dashcam hardwired to the fuse box, it will allow the Blackvue Dashcam to operate in parking mode. Now by using the car battery to power the Dashcam in parking mode, you will be putting wear on the battery as it's constantly going through charge and discharge cycles. Also, the parking mode runtime is not very long. Typically you'll get about 5 to 7 hours of parking mode monitoring. A better option is to install a dedicated battery pack. Now the battery pack will cost more than the hardwire kit, but you will not be putting any wear on your car battery, and also you'll get a much longer parking mode runtime. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know about this Blackvue B-124X battery pack. I'll also show you how to install it, and we'll take a look at some of the parking mode recording. So let's get started. Here's a look at the Blackvue PowerMagic Ultra Battery B-124X. Now if you don't want to draw power from the car battery when the dashcam is in parking mode, you can install a backup battery system dedicated to powering the dashcam in parking mode. And this here is a Blackvue PowerMagic Ultra Battery B-124X. And here's a look at everything that comes with this battery system. Right here is the battery unit. There's a user manual. Now there are two ways you can charge this battery. One is with this input charging cable that you'll need to connect to your fuse box to provide ignition 12 volt. The second option is to use a cigarette lighter power cable. So with this, you simply plug this into your 12 volt accessory port. Now if you use this cable, the charging current is 5 amp and the charging time is about 80 minutes. If you hardwire to the fuse box, then the charging current is 9 amp and the charging time is 40 minutes. Right here is the output cigarette lighter socket. It also comes with fuse taps and installation Velcro strips and fuses. Looking at the back of this unit, the sticker here will list some of the spec on this device. Now the battery cells inside the unit is not your regular lithium ion or lithium polymer cells. Those type of cells are not suitable for use in a vehicle where the temperature can get very hot and you might have the risk of fire or explosion. Instead, this unit uses lithium iron phosphate cells. This type of battery cells can sustain more extreme temperature and more charge cycles. The battery is rated at 12.8 volt and the capacity is 6000 milliamp hour or 76.8 watt hour. The charging temperature is 0 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The discharge temperature is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And the storage temperature is minus 20 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius or minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The output voltage on this battery pack is 11 volt to 14.2 volt at a maximum of 2 amps. There's also a USB output port that outputs 4.75 volt to 5.25 volt at a maximum of 2 amps. You can use this to power any hotspots in your vehicle for the Blackvue cloud service. Looking on the side, there's a DC input port. This is where you plug the charging cable. Next to it is a selection switch to select which type of input cable you're using, cigarette or hardwire. The middle position is off. Next to it is a USB output port. There's a 12 volt output port you use to connect to your dashcam. And the last port on the left is the expansion port. You can attach additional battery cells to this to extend the parking mode runtime. So for the install, you'll need to choose which charging cable you want to use. If you want to hardwire to the fuse box, then you use this cable and plug this end into the battery pack. Then you can plug this output cable to the dashcam port and plug the Blackvue cigarette lighter power plug into the socket. Now on this end of the charging cable, there's one wire that you need to connect to chassis ground, and this wire you'll need to connect to ignition 12 volt. Use the included fuse tap to connect this wire to the fuse panel. This PowerMagic Ultra Battery also has Bluetooth connectivity. You can install an app on your phone and check on the charge percentage, charging voltage, and remaining time until full charge. Now when the battery is fully charged, the average parking mode runtime for a single channel dashcam is about 24 hours. For a 2-channel dashcam, the average runtime is just under 20 hours. So this system is perfect for most people that drive their car to work every day and you park your car in a parking lot or on the street. If anything was to happen to your vehicle while it's parked, this Blackvue Dashcam with LTE connectivity will record the event and notify you on your mobile app. So now let's take this to the vehicle and I'll show you how to install it. Now for this install, I will not be using the cigarette lighter charging cable. Instead, I will use a hardwire cable and connect it into the fuse box. The charging current is going to be higher and is able to charge a battery in 40 minutes instead of 90 minutes. First thing you need to do is locate the fuse box in your vehicle and remove the cover. On the back of the cover, you'll find a diagram showing you which fuse is for which circuit in your vehicle. This is a good reference to use to find out which fuse has ignition 12 volt and which fuse has constant 12 volt. Now for this Nissan Pathfinder, here's a 20 amp fuse labeled power socket ACC1, and this will give me ignition 12 volt. Now obviously every vehicle is designed differently, so the fuse label you see here will be different than what you see in your vehicle. And this is why I highly recommend you get a multimeter and test the fuse and find out if it has ignition 12 volt or constant 12 volt. Also make sure you don't tap into any circuits that are critical for the operation of the vehicle. So for example, you don't want to tap into the SRS airbag fuse or the ABS fuse. Looking at the fuse panel, at the very top, this is a 20 amp fuse that has ignition 12 volt. Here I have my multimeter and it's set to test DC voltage. With a negative probe, you need to connect this to chassis ground. For an easier connection, I connected this alligator clamp to the probe. On the other end, I'll clamp this to a chassis ground. I'll put the probe on the 20 amp fuse. As you can see, it's 0 volt right now because ignition is off. I'll turn on the ignition. With ignition on, now you see 12 volt. So this circuit has ignition 12 volt I need. Turn it off. Back to 0. Now remove the fuse. Now before you install the fuse tap into the fuse slot, you need to test which side of the fuse has a 12 volt coming in. Again, I'll use my multimeter to do this test. I'll first turn on the ignition. I'll place a probe on the left side of the fuse, showing 0 volt. Now I'll place a probe on the right side, and you see 12 volt. So with that, I know the 12 volt is coming in on the right side. It'll go through the fuse and then go out on the left side. Looking at the fuse tap, you need to install it so the voltage is coming in on this side right here, go through the fuse, and the voltage will come out on this side. Now having tested the fuse slots earlier, now I know I need to install this fuse tap in this direction with the voltage coming in on this side, go through a fuse, and go out on the other side. With the fuse that I removed from the fuse box, I'll install it into the bottom slot of the fuse tap. By installing the hardwire cable, the charging current is 9 amp. So looking at the fuse tap, I installed a 15 amp fuse in the top slot. So this is what's going to provide power to charge a battery. Here I'll crimp the ACC wire to the fuse tap. Next, plug the fuse tap into the fuse box. Here's what it looks like with the fuse tap installed. I also need to connect this ground wire to the car's chassis ground. And on this vehicle, behind the hood release, there's a bolt that's grounded to the chassis, and that's where I'll install this ring terminal. Next, I'll remove the side step panel. Run both the hardwire cable and the Dashcam power cable along the side here. Here I ran the 2 wires along the side, all the way to the back here. Next, I'll run these 2 wires under the driver's seat. Now I can reinstall this panel. Here I have the 2 cables going underneath the driver's seat. I'll install this battery pack underneath the driver's seat, but I'll place it on top of the air duct that you see right here. The reason for this is because this is where the warm air will come out, and you don't want any hot air blowing onto the battery pack. Use the included double side Velcro strips to keep the battery from sliding around. Connect this output cable. Connect the input charging cable. Set the switch here to the correct setting. With the hardwire connected, right now the switch is set to hardwire. If you're using the cigarette lighter charging cable, then set the switch to the left position. Now connect the Dashcam power cable to the output port. Once you turn on the ignition, this battery pack will begin to be charged. There are 3 LED indicators here. The red LED tells you it's charging. Next to it, there's a green LED. If that illuminates, that means the battery is fully charged. And the last LED on the right side is a Bluetooth LED. And it'll light up when your phone app is connected to this device via Bluetooth. Also, if you're worried about this power connector coming loose and popping out, you can wrap a piece of electrical tape around it. So let me show you the parking mode settings on this Blackvue DR750 2CH LTE Dashcam. You can connect to the Dashcam using Wi-Fi or the cloud if you have the SIM card installed. Go to Settings. Select Firmware Settings. Select Basic. Recording. Parking Mode Recording. You can select Motion and Impact Detection or Time-Lapse Recording. Here I selected Motion and Impact Detection. Let's go back. Go back. Now select Sensitivity. Here you see G sensor parking mode. Here you can set the sensitivity of the impact detection. You have a setting for up and down, side to side, and front and back. You can slide this bar to adjust the setting. When you're done, go back. There's also an adjustment for motion detection. You can set how sensitive the motion detection is, and also there's a select detection region. These boxes represent the front view of the camera. You can select or deselect these boxes. So let's say if you park the car on the street and there's a tree on the left side that always causes false alerts, you can deselect this area. You can do the same for the rear camera. When you're done, go back. Save the changes. And that's all you need to do to set up the dashcam for parking mode. Now, if you did not watch the review and install video I did on the Blackvue DR750 2CH LTE dashcam, I recommend you do so after watching this video. In that video, I went over a lot of details showing you how the LTE work and how you can stream live video directly from the dashcam to your phone. And you can do this remotely anywhere you have cellular connection. I'll link that video at the end of this video. With the ignition on, the dashcam will be in normal recording mode. When I turn off the ignition, the Blackvue battery will continue to provide 12 volt to the dashcam. So right now the dashcam is still in normal recording mode. If the dashcam does not detect any motion for 5 minutes, then it'll automatically switch to parking mode recording.
Parking mode on.
When the dashcam detects motion or an impact, it will record a 1-minute video clip which is saved on a memory card. Now with the recording, it does have a video buffer, so it's able to record several seconds leading up to the event and continue recording after the event. When you get back to your car, start it up and start driving, the dashcam will come out of parking mode and go into normal recording mode. If there were any impact triggered recordings, it will notify you of that.
Parking mode off. An impact was detected during parking mode.
The Blackvue app will give you push notification telling you when the dashcam goes into parking mode. So as you can see here, it says enter parking mode, and it'll also notify you if there's any impact detected or event recording. You can view the recorded parking mode recording on your mobile device, or you can play back the video recording on your computer. All you have to do is take the micro SD memory card out of the dashcam and put it into a card reader on your computer. Now let me show you how to view the recorded parking mode recording on your mobile device. So here you're looking at the Blackvue app. Connect using Wi-Fi or cloud. Select the dashcam. Now there's a drop-down menu right here. By default, all the recordings are selected. I'll uncheck everything except for parking mode recording. Now select show. And here's a list of all the recordings in parking mode. Each recording has a time and date stamp. It also tells you it's parking recording and it's rear or front. So for example, this is a front recording. Now these videos you see here are only the motion triggered recordings. If you want to see the impact triggered recordings, select the drop down menu here, select events, and then show. So now it will show you both motion trigger recording and impact trigger recording. Now this video here is me coming up to the hood and hitting the hood. You can download this file if you want. Now this file is downloaded to your phone. To check the status of the Blackvue battery with the mobile app, you need to install this app called Blackvue Battery. If you're not able to connect and you see this message, try rebooting your mobile device. Also switch off the battery pack and turn it back on. It looks like this time it found the device. This is the one. Now showing connected. And now it says not connected. So let's go back and try again. Connected. Now it shows information. The charge level is 54%, temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, the output is 13.3 volt, and the usage time remaining is about 7 hours. So far I'm very happy with the performance of this Blackvue PowerMagic Ultra battery. With a full charge, the Blackvue DR752CH LTE Dashcam can run in parking mode for around 20 hours. Now depending on how many event or impact recording, that runtime will vary. One main benefit of using a battery system like this is you are no longer putting any wear on your car battery. Now battery systems like this are not cheap, but if you're serious about protecting your vehicle, this is definitely a good investment. If you want to pick up this Blackvue PowerMagic Ultra battery, use the link below to get 5% off your total purchase. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.